Hello, my name is Dr. Stanley Lang, and welcome to this broadcast. This is a subject, the subject for this is to learn 3 reasons to learn to paint pictures in the Kansas City area. And the idea is that there are actually lots of different reasons, and I'm going to give you 6 reasons and not just 3 reasons. But the main question I'm actually answering is why painting pictures is good for your brain and why it's good for brain health. So we're just going to briefly touch on a few main points, and we could make a lot more points if we wanted to. And the first point is that it helps with self-esteem. So one of the first things I discovered when I started interviewing people who know something about art, and one of the art instructors that I spoke to, her first reaction when I asked, well, what's the most important thing for art in children and adults? And she said, well, it helps their self-esteem. The second thing that it does is that it helps people to focus. Whether you're a child or an adult, focusing and staying focused is increasingly an issue in our society. And the act of doing art and learning how to do art actually helps people stay a lot more focused, and that translates into effectiveness in other areas of your life. The third thing is that it helps with communication. Now, drawing pictures is one of the most ancient forms of communication. Witness the caveman pictures. And so when you're drawing a picture, you're actually formulating an idea in your mind, and it becomes easier to communicate that idea once you have formed it in your mind. And so drawing helps you with communication with other people. It also helps both sides of the brain to connect better. So the right and the left hemisphere, in some people, has a lot of deep connections, and other people it's much less connection. And there are several brain dysfunction issues that are connected, no pun intended, to this lack of connection. And so when you do art, it actually causes or more bridges to be built between the right and the left side of the brain. Also, even more importantly, is that it helps all of the subparts of the brain to build more connecting points. So the brain literally communicates with itself better as one does art more and more. Now, obviously, if you just do one picture here or there, not much of an effect. But if it becomes something that you do on a regular basis, very powerful effect in building these connections within the brain. And finally, it's just plain fun to do for a lot of people. Now, I accept that there are a lot of people that don't like art, but I think one of the reasons is that they didn't get good art instruction. Now, in the Kansas City area, excuse me, in the Kansas City area, you definitely have a lot of good art teachers, but for a lot of people, they can't get to an art teacher, or the cost is just prohibitive. So what we have developed is an online academy that you can access in Kansas City by doing the following. And you're going to get some initial information just by texting your name and your email address to this phone number, 1-814-923-0265. That's 1-814-923-0265. And when you text your name and email address to that number, you're going to be given immediately some really useful information that will lead you gradually to the information on how to get a hold of this program if it's something that you want. So I could have given you a list of 12 reasons why you should be painting pictures as part of your brain health program, but the 6 I gave you are pretty powerful all by themselves. So I wish you well in your decision-making process of bringing art into your family's life, especially for the sake of your children. But even if you're on the completely opposite end of the spectrum, people that are in their 70s and 80s, 90s, they love to do art also. In fact, it may even be more effective for people who are older than for children, and it's very effective for children. So I wish you well. God bless. Please text the information and have a great day.